Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
While you're in sunny Florida, be sure to visit
WARlando! Enter into a world of epic adventure.
This is our 30th chapter, playing the Dungeons & Dragons adventure, Out of the Abyss.
So I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to sort out the inventory from the last episode, and not as much the physical inventory as much as the inventory of NPCs. There are a growing... You now are in command of a small army that needs to be managed.
Oh, man.
I get all the scouts to go with the... I thought I just got the lizards.
Yeah, and so we don't have to go too deep into all the different stuff and totally recap yet, but there are a few interesting things in there. I want to make sure everybody's good with the mechanics of it. So, for instance, like George mentioned, the lizards. Those of you who would like to mount a lizard and ride it about can do so. There are some specific rules about mounted combat, which I would encourage those of you who wish to do that to read, and I'll have to brush up on those as well. But there's a couple of different ways you account for: can you command your mount to make an attack, or do I attack from my mount, or make it charge or trample things, that kind of stuff. So we don't have to go all the way into that stuff, but as it becomes relevant, and I'll share the link for y'all, but that's something to think about. That's one thing. The other thing is, Selkie, are you in relatively good footing with the Shield Guardian? That's got a lot of things going on.
I mean, I brought up its stats, but I've not used one before, so. Sure.
So there's a couple things in there just to be aware of, like the spell storing and the regeneration stuff. Specifically, like just again, we don't have to go through all that. Just be aware that it can do that, and that's some of the really cool stuff that if you want to be aware of. I don't want you to miss out on any of the fun of having a giant robot that's a spell slot bank and stores hit points for you, walking around with you. So those were the two things I just wanted to touch on mechanically real quick, just to make you all aware of. But there was a bunch of other things that happened there. So does anybody have questions about the parts of your newly forged alliance who you will be controlling? And we can go back over them if that's helpful to everyone here. I just wanted to take care of mechanics before the recap.
Do I get Eldith back?
Eldith, I don't have. Let's see. She. I don't think you've asked her to accompany you yet, right?
Not in writing or anything.
Okay. Well, yeah, you'll have to invite her if you would like her to come. At this point, she's not part of the party.
Okay.
And we can handle that pretty quick in game if you like.
She's kind of a good fighter.
Yeah, Eldith's pretty great. So just running down them real quick. So Dak, you have some assassins or you have an assassin and some thugs under your.
Thugs do I have?
That is a great question. Hold that thought while I go back to the future. Let's see. Here. All right, Zentarum delegation. In terms of your diplomatic skills,
what is this?
You have 8 thugs.
8.
Wow.
8 thugs.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go off on my own now. I've got my own new adventuring party.
That is
pretty much have a good sized band.
I've got 8 thugs and 1 assassin.
Right now, and I mean, so Davra, is the assassin, and now she's who you sort of spoke with to get them on your side. So there is a little bit of like they're really her thugs, but she's agreed to go along with you, right?
Gotcha.
So you'll need to, for simplicity's sake, maintain a good relationship with Davra if you want to maintain control of them. But generally speaking, she sees y'all as aligned in mission right now. So.
And what mission?
Right. Exactly.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. So, Mornhelm, you were responsible for bringing the Emerald Enclave on board, right?
Yep.
And so you have some scouts.
Yep.
Under your purview, as well as you're the one that brought the riding lizards into the fold. So, so all the scouts have their own riding lizards, and then there's also enough riding lizards for all the characters here. So you'll have just enough for the 3 of them, and then y'all. Questions of, and I guess unlike Davra, who Dak has, the Emerald Enclave has sort of just entrusted you with these people, right? And so they've given them orders. You're under Mornhelm's command, or the general command of the party here.
Really sucked them in.
Yep. So, and I think the scouts are pretty straightforward, in terms of what they can do,
Okay.
Any questions about that?
No, they're stealthy, heavy crossbows. They're pretty good.
Yep.
2 melee attacks. And did you say there were 2 or 3? I thought there were 3.
There are 3.
3. Okay.
So Selkie, you have the Shield Guardian. I think we pretty well covered that, but let me know if there's any questions about that.
Yeah, and I'm like a wizard chess champion, right?
That's true. You did natural 20 your way, if I remember correctly, into beating the wizard at chess.
I think I had some assistance.
Don't tell them that.
No, don't tell.
The only other thing to remember about that is you maintain control of the Shield Guardian via an amulet that he gave you. And so as long as you have that amulet on your person and you're wearing it, then you can control that guardian. If anything happened to that amulet, then that would it's possible the Shield Guardian could be taken away from you just by losing that.
I would not like that to happen.
Right. Yeah.
No.
All right. Let's see. So Clocks, you talked the snobs into joining the group.
Talk to who?
You talked the snobs into joining the group. Yeah.
I got 5 dwarven guard and 3 human spies.
You tricked him into thinking you were fancy.
Yeah. What you talking about tricking?
Yeah, and you're more similar to Mornhelm. They just have sort of said, like, here's these people. They're under your command, and they'll more or less follow you as long as you don't try to march them off too high of a cliff, right? And I think the guards are really, really easy. There's not much to them mechanically. The spies are definitely, there's not much to them mechanically. They sort of act like a rogue in a lot of ways. They have sneak attack and stuff like that, but feel free to creatively use them like spies if you want.
All right.
And then last but not least, Zoc. We got some veterans who are going to guard, or you are going to take around with you, right?
Yes.
Basically some tough guy, beefy dudes.
Yeah. My roadies.
Roadies, is that what you're calling them?
Yeah.
Very good.
How many of them?
You have 5.
That's 5. Okay.
Wow.
And I
You
think
can have a brass section now.
And I think I sent a link to everybody in your direct messages to have the stat blocks. So let me know if you don't get those, and I can. Or if you click on it and can't see it for some reason, let me know, and I'll give you a hard copy of it.
Cool.
I've got mine.
Cool.
I printed mine.
Good. All right. So that was what I wanted to cover mechanically there. Understanding that it's been over a month since we've played a game here, I'll be happy to jump in and guide as necessary. But do I have a volunteer who'd like to give a recap from last session?
1, 2, 3, not it.
Not it.
I didn't.
Selkie.
Oh.
It was like that scene in Chronicles of Narnia where Santa shows up and we all get I'm sorry, it's been a month.
Yeah.
It's been a long month.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah.
Let me. There has been a lot that's happened for sure. Let me see if I can get the momentum going here. You all were ejected out of the top of Mount Waterdeep, landed back in the town of Waterdeep, did some shopping, and then were quickly invited by Eldith to Gauntlgrim, the famous ancient keep of the dwarves, to meet with the King Brunor Battlehammer. And there was some shopping, there was some sailing of ships in between there, all kinds of fun things happened.
Acquisition of hats.
Requisition of hats. Yep, there was a shopping montage for sure. But you all basically landed in the court of the king of the dwarves, or these specific dwarves, and that was where you all engaged in some nifty diplomacy to get these folks onto your side. Does any of that ring a bell, or are the things that I'm not mentioning that y'all are coming back to light as we dust away the cobwebs?
A bit.
I think that
Clear as mud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clear as the Black Lake.
All right. All right.
I did get a letter, an invitation written on parchment to a mansion.
Yeah.
To a
That
what?
was cool.
To a mansion party, I guess. I got some invitation to Bupido, to Mansion Bupido. Matt's like,
Does that mean he's still alive?
It was an old invitation,
I
right?
think it was an older. It was it was dated for way back when, before we had our
For Shelton.
painted around with Bupido himself.
I'll, we'll have to.
That's a quest for another time.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'm definitely doing the Gandalf thing. Like, I have no memory of this place, you know. So apologies. I'm sure that it was a super subtle subplot that I wove in.
It was roll on the random table, and I think it was. You got an invitation to somewhere.
Okay. That now I am remembering a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yep.
Or it was you got an invitation to like a murderer's mansion.
That's what it was. Yeah, I do remember that now because you went shopping in Waterdeep, right? And
Yep.
Went trinket shopping. Yeah. Okay. Well, then, if there's no other questions or recap stuff, thank you for reminding me of that. I would have totally lost that bit of flavor. I'm serious. Like, I would have never. That would have been something lost until I listened to it whenever it comes out. Like, oh man, I should have used that. So let me go back to the box text that I was reading at the end of last time. So to reset the scene here, I'm just going to reread the box text that basically capped the last episode, and then we will pick up from there. Once again, you all have just successfully gone through diplomatic negotiations with the different factions and have won them over to your side. And now you have been summoned to the private chambers of King Brunor Battlehammer, who is setting up the next stage of the quest here. And he says, I've told all the allies you met tonight what you told me. I've invited them here to learn what's happening, to share what we know, and to get their backing for what it is I propose. Ye have braved the Underdark and lived to tell the tale. You know better than anyone what it is we face, but we need to know more. The Zentarum have a secret stake in an underground trading post called Mantle Dareth. Now that they're on our side, they'll guide you there, where you can meet with one of their agents, Garzim Dulok. He can provide you with a map to Graven Hollow. This is a legendary place built by the stone giants long ago and contains all the knowledge of the depths. If there's answers to be found for what's happened, you'll find them there. If you're willing to go back, that is. So, what say you?
For the glory of Bane, I want to see these demons extinguished.
What he said.
Or at least leashed.
Yeah, even better.
Brunor sort of squints at you and says, Bane, is it? Well, be it far from me to judge. You've gotten this far, and your powers be what they be, but know that even though the one you serve is known to be a dark one, what waits for us in the Underdark is darker yet. With that, he has basically laid out his plan for you, which is to send you all down to gather information via a trading post the Zentarum have control over, or partial control at least, and meet with one of their agents, and they will then forward you through or find the route to this library, which should have all kinds of other plot relevant information located at it.
All right.
Brunor will invite you to stay the night in Gauntlgrim and to gather resources as you see fit to make this journey. And so you're sort of sandboxed here in Gauntlgrim as you like. As a refresher, this is a legendary place where only the finest crafted armors and weapons are created. It's rumored that there is a furnace at the heart of the mountain, which is powered by a shackled fire elemental, and creates the hottest and most magical of all equipment, gear, anything like that. Now, that being said, they only just regained control of this place, not that long ago, a few years ago. And so the markets and the forges and the furnaces are not fully staffed, although there are folks here who can direct you to equipment or specialized things that you might be looking for. So, that being said, you have a little bit of time here to do what you'd like to do in Gauntlgrim before setting out. Is there anything that strikes your fancy?
I know we recently didn't we get some healing potions recently? Are we fully stocked?
Yeah, we did do that.
Everybody's got a couple of them.
Yeah, I have 2 potions of superior healing.
Yeah.
I think everybody bought 2 potions of it.
Yeah.
Yep. I do remember you guys doing pretty thorough shopping there.
I have a box of cigars.
Box of cigars, yeah.
You still have Bitey, though, right?
I do.
And that candle? You still have the candle, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. We're probably going to need it.
And a pair of manacles.
Yeah. Not monocles, right?
You can look through them.
Oh, that would be pretty great if it was a pair of monocles, though.
Yeah.
One on each.
Just on each side.
That would be Clox's reasoning.
Yeah.
Not only am I smart, I'm double smart.
Oh boy. Let's see. What does everyone want to do? I mean, how's everybody's armor?
I wouldn't mind getting some magical edges on all my weapons. Always sharp, never dull, never break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that something that can be found? Some.
That's a specialty of the furnaces.
Ooh, that's cool.
Weapons you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yep, that is true. Now, they're not necessarily going to be able to like create a magic weapon, but we can certainly talk about what you want to do with your gear to make it, a little bit better. And I am open to. I think I'm remembering conversations about mastercrafted or like enhanced armor, things like that. If there's something specific, that's this, pull short of, I want a +5 plate armor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's something creative or neat that you want to do to your equipment,
I just wanted to put an edge on them.
Oh, sure. And they'll do that for no charge. You can take it down there and they'll oil your grips and, tighten everything up for you. Put the sharpest edge you've ever seen on it. That's no problem.
Yeah.
And they'll stay too.
Yeah. They'll be happy to replace your straps and buckles and oil and hinges, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Let's see. Armor.
Can we
Can I get anything from my crossbow, like special tipped,
Ooh.
projectiles or anything?
What are you thinking?
Well, we're going to fight demons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know a weakness of the demons? Or of that kind?
So that's pretty general. I mean,
Okay.
No, you don't. Other than I guess what you would know about demon lords generally.
The guys we've already seen.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you would know that they're all like
Bastards.
all insane and greedy, right? And definitely on the chaotic side of things, right? But if you want like a specific weakness, you'd probably have to talk about a specific lord, right? And know a little bit more about them or think about that some.
Of the things that we fought down there, like there was like these little like drones or whatever. Trying to think. Well, do we have an idea of what kind of foes we're going to go up against?
Sure. So you've seen some of the, I guess the foot soldiers of the demons. So you've seen all manner of things that have fallen out of. Like I'm thinking of the attack on the prison.
Yep.
When you were all in there, so there were Vrox and there was other kinds of flying winged demons, basically giant insect-like creatures, but they were more, non-intelligent type things, right? They were sort of just large creatures, basically.
Do you know if anybody would be able to tell me, or if I would know? What kind of darts? I guess I'll turn to my human spies and I'll say, let's put you to good work. You there. What do you
all the dwarves use crossbows, they can all tell you.
Yeah, you would definitely know.
Yeah.
I mean, you would definitely remember from having to fight these things that they have some magical properties. For instance, go ahead and roll either a nature or arcana check, and if you're going to sort of pull the group, you can roll at advantage to see what anybody knows about these things.
Arcana, you said?
Yep.
Okay. 19.
Nice.
That's pretty good. So you know that a lot of these creatures will have something called magical resistance, giving them advantage on saving throws for magical effects. Not all of them, but a lot of them. That's sort of a demon thing because they're sort of these extraplanar beings.
So maybe having a weapon that's not magical is a good thing.
So this would be like spells and magical effects, not necessarily weapons.
Okay. So that wouldn't necessarily help me to know what kind of tipped darts to do, right?
Yeah, and when you fought them in the past, I mean, you guys fought them when you were like a level 2.
With poison, right?
Yeah, and they didn't really, you were able to damage them with normal weapons.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I was thinking, like, is there, can I go pick up some poison tipped darts or explosive darts or
some with a vial of holy water on it?
There you go, some holy water.
Yeah, since you asked about poison and you rolled a 19, you would know that at least the Vrox that you fought are immune to poison.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. There's going to be some immunities.
So I've still got Dawnbringer to try and trade for maybe a finesse weapon, a magical finesse weapon. Where would I?
You don't want to carry Dawnbringer around anymore?
I mean, I don't think she and Wade get along.
For your second. Well, just, keep her in a bag.
Or, I don't know, maybe I do carry Wave and Dawnbringer and they just bicker like an old couple.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Look what I did.
I like that. Definitely like the odd couple.
I am starting to lean towards that because I do like Dawnbringer's attack stats. Will they get along?
Did we resolve that being attuned to more than one artifact? Is that a thing?
Oh, that's why I couldn't do it.
I don't actually know if that's a rule, but I'm going to go with it unless there's some supporting documentation that says you can. It doesn't make sense to me that you should have more than one artifact. Like, magical stuff, fine. Like, cool things.
That's true.
But artifacts are like kind of like everybody gets one, right?
Yeah, they're special.
Well,
it's actually an artifact. That's just pissed everybody off.
Maybe I mean, maybe not trading for an artifact per se, but like another, like a magical weapon so I can give the because I think you had enchanted one of my rapiers, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I was.
Yes,
that was the second weapon I've been using. So.
Yeah, let me.
Does enchantment make it magic?
It is a +1 rapier.
Right.
It does. Yeah. Don't make it magical.
That magic is going to be so important. Even just the +1, just to be able to get through their defenses.
Right.
Well then, so it sounds like we're making a trip down to the forge, right, to talk to the
I want to see this fire elemental,
weaponsmiths and the masters and stuff. And
yes, indeed.
All right. So you all sort of ask for directions, and anybody can point you down there. And in fact, Eldith will volunteer to lead you down to the forges, into the market, if you like.
Cool.
As your host. And along the way, she'll, as you kind of, this heat and ruddy light sort of emanate up from all these pits that you're passing. And it's like, it's like the Dwarven city from Fellowship of the Ring, right? It's like, there's like, for no particular reason, a super skinny, narrow bridge and like thousands of feet down on either side. It's not safe, right?
Perfect.
And you kind of peer down and there's just, steam.
Black dragon.
All right. You will.
Balrog.
Yeah.
Correct.
But she tells you the story as you're walking down there. That takes some time to get down there. This place is massive, and you do notice as you're walking by that while you pass people along the way, it's just still mostly empty. Right? There's stalls and houses, and you can tell that there's entire what would have been like neighborhoods of Dwarven people that are just completely abandoned. But she tells you the legend of the fire primordial known as Megara, who is actually what fuels the fires. And this primordial lives down in the heart of the forges, and as long as they can successfully keep her asleep, then the forges will do their beckoning and they'll be able to control it. But if she ever woke up, I mean, she would have the power to destroy the entire mountain if she wanted. Like, a primordial is like the ancient, most powerful possible thing you could imagine in sort of D&D canon. So, she's sort of telling you this legend as you go down there, and then you realize, as you go down, how intricate this dwarven engineering is. Right, there's these slits that come through multiple levels of the market and down to the forges, where like liquid magma is sort of pressurized and like pushed up around, and then coils into a steam bath, and the steam then feeds into the boiler, which feeds the furnace. Right, it's like this incredibly intricate thing, and you walk in there, and there's these just these hundreds of year olds masters who are sort of pounding away and working on buckles and cursing at each other in Dwarvish as you all sort of show up at their front door. And one of them will Eldith will say something in Dwarven to them, and they'll sort of set down their tools and come over to you and say, what is it you're looking for then? I hear you're here on the bidding of the king.
I'll pull Dawnbringer out of my bag of holding.
And his eyes get big, and you've noticed Dawnbringer's kind of gone quiet and hasn't really been willing to communicate with you kind of since everything's gone down. So he says, that's no ordinary sword. Where did you come by this?
Oh, just around.
All right. Don't mean to be rude.
No.
It's your business. I'm just curious. Don't see one of these every day. And what is it you'd like to be doing with this?
Well, it's playing with my mind a little bit to have two very powerful weapons like this, but I still want some kind of magic weapon. I mean, the trident would be sticking up behind me, right? So
yeah, she's like, in your mind, she's like, just there's like you have the radio is always on the sea shanty channel, basically.
Yes.
It's like,
every so often, I just close my eyes and go.
Yeah. Whenever you want it, there's just like the smell of the sea will sort of fill your nostrils. Not in an obnoxious way, but just pleasantly, right?
I love it. Yes.
And he says, You must be brave adventurer indeed. Well,
you're making me blush.
But I'll not lie to you. There's nothing I have here that's of equivalent value of something like this. And he nods down at Dawnbringer. Says, but we'd love to have this in the collection and keep it safe here. If you're willing to accept what we have, we can. And he says, and he points over here. He says, I have an entire armory of finely crafted armor and weapons here. If you're looking for finesse weapons, there's rapiers of every sort. And let me see, what is that particular one that I'm thinking of? Hold please, I was thinking of a property that is slipping my mind here.
I'm happy to wait.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
He says, I can either give you these finely crafted this rapier, and you look at it, and it's gleaming and shining and freshly forged, and even the hilt is like just it has like these long spindles of golden material that like wrap around your hand and guard your wrist as you like grasp the hilt, right? So it's almost like a wrist guard that you can do there, but nonetheless it's like extremely light and flexible. And he says this is worth 3 times what any normal rapier would sell for, and you can traded at any market in the world for at least that. And if you tell them it's from Gonselgrim, you're likely to get a lot more. He says, I can offer you that. Basically, just a really nice version of what you have. And then he says, or I can give you these. And he takes out 2 potions and sets them on the counter.
Ooh, tell me more.
He says, this is the oil of sharpness.
Oh.
If you place this on your blades, and he explains it to you in a very non-mechanical way, but the effect of it would be that for 1 hour, it takes you 1 minute to put the oil on your blade, but for 1 hour, the application will give you +3 bonus to attacks and damage rolls.
+3, that's awesome.
And
for how long?
For an hour.
Hour.
What's the other potion?
They're 2 of the same thing, basically.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of them.
Yeah.
How much would you use per hour?
He says, well, one vial is 1 usage.
Okay, so you get 2 usage.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Each vial has up to 5 uses.
Oh.
A lion.
And it could be, he says, now it doesn't just have to be your blades. You could put this on arrows. You could put this on any kind of piercing or slashing weapons.
Ooh. Very nice. And I think we already have a vial too tucked away. Forgotten. Just
think so.
Familiar.
rolling around the bottom of the gold bag.
Right.
And we keep all our coin on top of it.
I'm sure it's fine. It definitely hasn't smashed on the coin.
He says, so there's my offer. Two oil of sharpness potions and the rapier.
And the rapier?
And the rapier.
Is the rapier, does it have +1 property to it, or it's just
it does not.
A beautiful rapier?
Really nice, yeah. And if there's custom modifications to it that you want, they'll be happy to throw those in for you. If you want it to look a certain way or be like that, he'll offer that up.
I'm so torn because I could have like a matching rapier with like waves and stuff on it to match waves.
Oh.
Or I could have like this awesome oil of sharpness that's gonna help me not die.
Yeah.
Oh, he's willing to give you both.
Oh, both. Yes.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
So
Yeah.
And also, can you make the rapier look
No.
the gold part? Can you make it look like a wave cresting?
Sure.
cool.
Do you have something? Yeah, I can do waves, but if you have something specific in mind for me to look at, I can really match it closely.
She'll whip wave out.
And he just is like, if he was impressed before, but now he's just like looking at you, looking at Wade, looking at Dawnbringer, like, we can come up with something, sure.
When it gets to Dak.
Excellent. Thank you.
Just come back in the morning, and I will get on it right away for you.
All right. Do I need to leave wave there as well so that they can?
No, he's got it. Like he'll either sketch it or just remember.
Excellent. I'll tuck wave back in behind me.
Yep.
I'm not much of a smith. I have no smithing skills, but if they'd be willing to let me back there, I'd like to try smithing Dawnbringer for a while. I do want to know, do they have adamantine armor or weapons?
Yeah.
That is a really good question.
Thank you.
You gonna make a shield?
I can't wear a shield and wield a two-handed great sword at the same time. But to get technical, adamantine armors mean you can't get a critical hit against you.
Mm-hmm. He says he looks you up and down in your plate, and with your giant great sword that you just kind of carry around, never gets sheathed. And he says, there's almost a hesitancy there. And he says, we can work with it. We've got some here.
I would love to get a full suit of adamantine plate.
All right.
So would they.
Right. he looks around and says, "What is it you're bringing to the table? This is no small request."
I have many assorted used weapons.
So do I.
No, I have nothing worthwhile to trade. Only mundane items.
You guys have a substantial amount of money, right?
Oh yeah.
How much money would he want?
How much do we have? He probably is going to ask us.
If it's a lot of money just for me to avoid getting criticals, but criticals do suck. I wouldn't mind not having to worry about them.
I'm looking up. Do you know what the cost of plate is off the top of your head?
Let's see.
Just regular plate.
1,500.
That sounds right.
Yep, that's right.
I think so.
Yep, absolutely correct.
Yeah. He'll say, well, if you want straight exchange for currency, gems, coinage, you could probably craft something like that for you for 5,000 gold.
Pretty steep. We haven't been splitting up the gold. There might be some use in getting some adamantine chainmail as well. If anybody's looking for that.
Is it better than Mithril?
It's not better than Mithril. I think it's probably comparable to Mithril.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, right. Yep, that sounds right.
Can we jazz up some studded leather with it?
Yeah, that's what I got.
If you line the inside of the leather so that nobody knew about it, that'd be pretty cool.
Yes. So,
I don't see studded leather, but I see scale mail, splint, ring mail.
To get the benefit of that, all that metal, to get the benefit of having adamantine or mithril, then you have to have something made almost all completely out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it would kind of just be ornamental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much did you say it was?
5,000.
5,000 for a full suit of plate.
What about chainmail?
Oh, sorry, what about me?
What's the? Hold on, let me get my armor.
Adamantine better?
Let's see here.
Yeah, I can only wear like my armor.
Does anybody have the armor table up at the moment?
It doesn't show cost for adamantine. I think it's something that has to be made up.
Yeah, what's the?
Yeah.
I'm looking for the standard cost
The
for.
standard cost for chainmail?
Yeah.
How much is it for Mithril? If it's the same.
Full chainmail is 75 gold pieces.
Okay. So they'll do chainmail for 1,000 in adamantine.
What about chain shirts? 50 gold. Just a chain shirt. Come on.
500.
That's a full set for you.
Right.
I'll 500. So I'm gonna point to my dwarven guard. I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
How about 3 chain shirts for these shorties right here?
And they all look down at you and look up and then look down at their gear, which is like, nice, but it's blue collar gear. And they're like, all right. Would you like to purchase that?
The chain
So I got
shirts,
five-
or are you doing
I got
adamantine?
5 dwarven guard. The adamantium just means they don't take critical. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the benefit. They can't be. Critical hit is a regular hit.
Yeah. Oh, they're not going to take critical hits, right?
Not very often.
Just once.
Are you gonna get them red chainmail?
That's for the scouts.
Is there anything about like improving their armor, like giving them like some extra buffs.
What are they wearing?
Let me look. They have chain shirt and shield.
And what can they wear is my next thought here. They can probably wear at least scale, right? Hold on. Lord,
Scale mail.
I'm just trying to figure out what their class, what kind of armor their class lets them wear.
They're class 16.
Yeah, I mean, you can, so they're 14 with a shield right now. Yeah, so you could buy them.
Chainmail, probably, right?
Chainmail. I mean, yeah, these guys are guards. I'm going to say they're like fighters. You could buy them. You could buy them plate if you want.
That's 1,500.
Oh, do they have? No, they wouldn't be able to wear plate. Their strength isn't enough. But you can get everything up to chainmail.
All right. I'm gonna sing. And then can you get like the chainmail? Like, can I get it like extra special? Like is there anything that these guys can do to make it more special than just normal chainmail, or is that weird to do just by normal stuff?
Yeah, I'm thinking you're buying normal stuff here if you want something special that I haven't already mentioned. If you don't want, for instance, you don't want Mithril or...
I thought it was like, I thought you were saying like, what can you think of? Think of, you know.
Yeah, if you can.
Give me plus. Yeah. Right. You said that was too much, but like, could I buy chainmail at +1 or something like that?
Nothing magical. But if there's other things like the Mithril, the adamantine, that's doable if you guys are into that. Or, and I mean, pitch the idea. You know what I mean? It's the best forge you're ever going to be at. You know what I mean? They just don't have like tons of magic things laying around. You know.
But still, it's top of the line.
Right.
And then
we're not going to get anything like it anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to suggest then like chainmail for the Dwarven Guard. 5 chainmail suits for the Dwarven Guard, please.
And he nods, and they've got those just in stock, so he'll toss them over to him and say like, "All right, what is there? There's what 75 each, something like that."
Yeah.
Oh, and you guys, I'm trusting you guys to track your.
Yep, I'm adding it up.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I would like to do the same thing for the Zentrum thugs. Might as well. Got 8 of these dudes. Set them up in my own armor.
What is their strength?
Strength 15 +2.
So you could buy them splint or plate if you want to.
Plate's 1,500.
Yeah.
I think just going with maybe the full chainmail.
Okay. Yep.
And Mornhelm, they do sell Mithril here too. I don't know if that's something.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep, adamantine and Mithril are definitely on the table.
Okay, excellent. How about, do they have spiked armor?
Spiked armor?
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. Spiked armor is a rare type of medium armor made by dwarves. It consists of a leather coat and leggings covered with spikes that are usually made of metal.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the Dwarven Berserkers?
Yeah.
Can you
they have spikes over their entire bodies and on their palms.
Spite metal, and I was like, "Oh, spite metal. That sounds."
Yeah, spike metal. Yeah.
Can you,
yeah.
Can you wear medium armor?
I can. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Armor, light armor, medium armor, shields.
Then they've got it. They got
excellent.
spiked armor.
Good.
Yeah.
I want one though that looks like Rob Halford from Judas Priest back in mid '80s. Head to toe, black leather, spikes.
Okay.
All right.
I thought you were going like Guar, shoulder pads with spikes on it.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with all the studded spikes.
Mark, they have another one that's smoldering armor.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm looking at that. That's pretty cool.
You could do both.
Oh.
Wisps of harmless, odorless smoke rise from the armor while it is worn.
Yeah, that's so weird. But that would be like magical, wouldn't it be?
It
Yeah.
doesn't say that. It just says.
It really doesn't. It says common.
Yeah.
Armor splint. But that's That's a splint armor,
if you want
though.
spiked smoldering armor, you got it, buddy.
All right. Yeah, that's what I want then.
Yes.
That's exactly what I want. Oh, this is so cool.
All right.
Can I get some rapiers for my human spies?
I feel like you guys are going to start a business where you just sell rapiers. It's just collecting so many rapiers.
Oh, by the way, can you enchant my new rapier, Clocks, instead of the old one?
I took it off a long time ago.
I'll feed Bitey for you.
I just told you it was still enchanted.
I got some boogers. You know.
He would just let me go.
I've got some boogers.
Do they talk?
The boogers? No. God, I hope not, but we are in a weird place.
So I got another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are the rapiers just normal cost at 25 gold a piece?
Yep, they are, unless you want something fancy.
Look, mine.
I want.
Is that common or is that dwarvish?
Do you have anything that allows for like sneak attacks? I don't know. Anything more silent? I guess a rapier's pretty silent already.
Yeah, if you throw it from about 25 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one that you could throw further than 25 feet.
Do they have short bows? Do they have ranged stuff?
They have crossbows.
Okay. So he says, well, any of the ranged stuff, daggers, rapiers, short swords.
Yep. I do have a question. I said, do you, what if I wanted to light my crossbow bolt on fire?
He says, flaming ammunition, huh?
Yeah.
I think they're going to see you coming.
I'd like a little something custom. I'd like
Okay.
flaming ammunition. And
Remember, we're indoors.
I'd like a bandolier full of flasks that I can put oil in. like little little glass bottles filled with oil.
He says, I tell you what I can do is we don't make them here too much, but I have this thing called a walloping ammunition, and when you shoot it out, it's kind of on fire. But when it hits somebody, if they don't make their strength saving throw, they get knocked prone.
Oh,
I like that. Can I take a couple quivers of walloping ammunition?
He says, yeah, you got it. Arrows, bolts, what do you want?
Crossbow bolts.
All right, you got it. He says,
And can you...
100 gold per quiver.
All right. I'll take 3.
All right.
And can you fashion a belt or a bandolier that I can hold glass bottles full of oil?
He says, no problem. He kind of like looks you up down. He gets like a knot of rope, and he's like, yeah, all right. I'm a little skinnier than a dwarf, aren't you, kid?
Hey, I'm an adult. I'm like a little...
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, okay, we'll go with that.
He says, yeah, no problem. We got you. Here you go.
How much does
He's right. He's gonna build all this stuff for you guys, like overnight, basically, or while you're staying.
Bill it to the king.
For something like that, just something like that, 10 gold, no problem. Custom bandolier, you got it.
Are we billing all this to the king?
What did you say, 100?
For the bandolier?
Yeah. What do you...
10.
10. Oh. Good man.
Everybody got their order in?
Do we have enough money?
We got some for the bandolier, what that'll give you mechanically is anything you want to store in your bandolier, you can switch out with whatever you're holding in your hand as a free action. You don't have to like sheath your stuff like that. So it's like, you know.
Okay.
Do our giant lizards have like saddles and stuff, or do we need to? Okay. What
They
type
do
of
have saddles.
They're just kind of like basic leather saddles.
So, if I wanted to get a military saddle, would that be available to get?
That's awesome.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Like with
I
a
mean-
turret cannon.
It braces the rider, helping you keep your seat on an active mount in battle. It gives you advantage on any check you make to remain mounted.
Yeah, he says absolutely. We don't get many horses down here, but some of these folks have spent years on the surface, so I'm sure it's no problem. Tell them to send the mounts around to the stables there, and they'll get these fellas measured up.
Excellent.
How many do you want?
Well, I'm just gonna pay for me, so one.
You guys have. There's 5 of you, and there's 3 scouts, or the scouts. Yeah, 3 scouts. There's 8. There's 8
They were
lizards.
mine.
I mean, my shield guard doesn't need one, so I'm only paying for one.
There are a total of 8 lizards, and they're 20 gold apiece for the military saddle.
Okay. And would I be able to get a saddle pack here as well?
Sure.
Sweet.
How are we doing financially? Do we have enough that I can spring for some adamantine plate? No.
We have all the money in the world.
I'm assuming you guys are tracking all this stuff. I don't know
Sure.
I am.
how much y'all have to get. What I know is before you went shopping in the Waterdeep, you had 40,000 gold.
Okay. All right. If nobody argues, I'm going to
Before.
spend my
Yeah.
share on some adamantine plate.
All right, definitely adamantine, not mithril, right?
Definitely adamantine. I want the protection from crits.
All right, it's yours.
Nice. Awesome.
Now, did you have magic armor before?
I didn't.
Okay.
I have
He
a
had,
ring
he,
of
had
protection.
he had cursed
Oh,
armor.
this isn't magic. This is just like finely crafted, so you don't have to intimidate or anything like that.
How much was the spiked armor?
Let's set.
I didn't
What kind of
see.
armor was it?
It was a spiked armor.
Yeah, but what was it? Is it chain or ring or? Oh no, it's half breastplate.
Yeah, it's actually spiked. So that's
Okay, and you can wear medium armor. So you
I
probably
can, yeah.
So do you want a breastplate, which will give you 14 AC, or a half plate, which will give you 15 AC, plus your dex? But if you wear the half plate, you get disadvantage on stealth checks.
Right. I just went in, and there is actually a smoldering spiked armor. That's the one I picked.
Yeah, and all good. You can have those properties. It's just
Okay.
what AC do we put to it? What kind?
14.
Okay,
That's what I picked.
you want
Yeah.
the breastplate. So it's a breastplate, spiked and smoldering.
Yeah, because it says that this one here is the spiked armor is actually a leather like coat
Oh.
that actually has just a bazillion spikes on it.
Okay. All right.
Pretty much what I showed you, what I sent to the
That's
chat
beautiful.
right there. That's
That's it.
exactly what I want.
All right, you got it.
All right, cool.
I'm
how much?
only arguing the mechanics so you know what to put in D&D Beyond.
Oh yeah, no,
Sure.
it's I just click the button. There it is.
All right.
Yeah.
For that, what does normal breastplate cost? Who had that armor table up?
Or actually, let me look at normal spiked armor. I got it right here. Spiked armor, cost 75 gold.
Okay, so 100. That would be
Okay.
somewhere.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because it says it consists of a leather coat and leggings covered with spikes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Anything else awesome?
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I have a. If I was to get a weapon silvered,
Ooh.
and it doesn't, so I guess it helps against those that are resistant against non-magical items.
Mm-hmm.
But if people are resistant to magical items, do silvered weapons still damage at full?
I think it's not always. That's not necessarily always true.
Okay.
That happened to come up a lot during Curse of Strahd.
Right.
But I don't think that's usually the case. Now, sure, stuff that you know about werewolves and things like that.
Okay.
That would be the case, but it's not always. They don't always go together.
Okay. Because the book said some monsters have immunity or resistance to non-magical weapons.
Yep.
Silvered weapons would help, but it's only against some monsters.
Right.
Okay. All right. Never mind that.
Okay, you ready for mine?
Yeah, Warnhelm, I can't wait to hear this.
Okay. I want 7 of the military saddles with mithril plate attached to the necks of just the 7.
You want mithril plate for the lizard?
Yeah. For the lizard, yeah.
Just across their necks and chest.
Okay.
I want
no
3 mithril chain for the scouts underneath their leather armor.
Okay.
I want a 3/4 mithril chain for myself to be worn underneath my full length steel chain.
Oh, you're gonna double up.
Yeah, mithril so light nobody will ever know why they couldn't kill me with a spear.
Cool.
Okay, and then I want an adamantite head on my mace.
Okay.
Have
I given you prices on all that stuff yet? I think most of it, but not the
most of it. The weapon and the necks.
Yeah, if you want to just do some, so for the military saddles with the adamantine necks, it's not gonna.
Mithril.
Sorry, mithril necks. It won't do anything mechanically for them. It'll just look nicer. Basically, is that what you're after, or did you want something?
Oh, if they get hit with obviously if they get hit with an arrow or a bolt of any kind in the mithril, it would help.
Okay, so you're talking about for your guards, or for the
guard, and for the lizards themselves.
So you actually do want armor for the lizards.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like make some saddles that had some cool mithril in there. So
the saddles,
lizard armor. That's a tough one.
Come on, they're the best of the best here. Come on, they can't say no.
But hold on, what's the lizard?
Put it over their heads. Come down on the top of the saddle, the front of the saddle, and down the front of their body.
I'm checking to see what their AC is.
Like a little mithril. Their AC right now is 12.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it says barding is armor designed to protect an animal's head, neck, chest, and body. Any type of armor shown on the armor table in this chapter can be purchased as barding. The cost is 4 times the equivalent armor made for humanoids and weighs twice as much.
All right, there you go.
In mithril?
So I think
steel. It's 4 times as much in steel. Right?
So
4 times as much cost and weighs twice as much.
Okay. So what did I quote for the mithril chain shirts before that you bought, Nicholas? Was it 1,000?
It was
500.
1,000 for the chain. For the full chainmail.
Okay. Did I say 500
for the shirt?
Okay. So you want the equivalent of chain shirts for the lizards, right? But
and for the 3 scouts. And a full one for me.
So,
And if I can, and if I can talk Eldeth into coming, then one for her too.
all right, let's handle the humanoid-sized armor first. So 500 for you, your 3 NPCs and Eldeth, right? So that's 2,500 right there. There's nothing fancy about that they can do.
Right.
Okay. So for each of the lizards, and there's 8 of them.
Oh, 7.
It's going to be 2,000 each, because it's 4 times the cost. And there's 8 of them, so it's going to be
7.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay that much to armor my lizard.
Exactly. When we started, I thought they were all mine, and I was letting everybody use one. But I'm willing to go for 7.
All 7
of the 8.
Okay. Oh, your lizard is going to be so basic. So you're.
I'll get some armor for my lizard, just not, maybe not quite as expensive armor, because I still want to make a tidy profit off this thing, and this is eating into my profit.
So just to be clear,
I haven't bought anything so far except for the 2 vials of healing.
It's true. More than
every other part of my my part of this thing is still available. So I'll just hold my my adamantite mace and look the dwarf in the eye and say, "How's 18,000 sound for everything?"
18,000 sound for everything. Do we? What? I guess I gotta make sure you guys have that much still after all the shopping. So he'll sell it to you. I got no objection with you buying it. It's all good. It's fine.
Well, the other 5 guys had to hit up a little bit.
So you had 18 in my head. The big chunks. I had 18 for Mornhelm stuff. 5,000 for Dax stuff is 23,000. I don't know what y'all spent in Waterdeep, but you bought a lot of potions.
We spent about 1,000 per person.
Yeah, I was tracking my stuff separately, so I have what my total is. I don't know.
What do you have for yours, Jamie?
After the 25 I just spent on saddles, I have 4,990.
Okay.
I was gonna spend 5,000 on the plate, and I wanted to get suits of chainmail for all the thugs, and that was gonna be an extra 900. So that would have been 5,900 for me. Do I have 5,900? Do I need to?
I don't think we had that much. I don't know.
We had 40,000. We had 40,000 gold at Waterdeep. So if you split that, how many of us are there?
We spent 5,000 there.
2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of us, so that's 8,000 per person.
How did I come up with 5,000?
I don't know. So yeah, you have 8,000 gold from Waterdeep. The potions cost, the 2 potions cost 1,000 gold.
In the inventory.
That's what I know.
Yeah.
In the inventory, right. I can see what I had. Yeah. It was I had spent money on pearls for my spells and diamonds and stuff too.
Okay.
So that's why
5,000 remaining.
Lower.
That's why. Yeah.
Well, I got what I want. So I still got 6,900 after the 2 potions and my armor. So I want to see some armored lizards.
These armored lizards.
I really don't care.
If I have 2,100 left, I'll definitely contribute my 2,100 to get some shiny lizards.
Now, don't we have quite a bit of silver and pearls and
other kinds
of
fireballs?
Yeah, I think that the 40 was all of that.
The 40,000 was everything we had in the inventory.
Yeah, that was value of everything.
Sorry, guys, it'll just be for me and my 3 guys.
Well, so what I've got is if Adam kicks in his 2,100, he mentioned. Mark kicks in 6,900, he mentioned. If George never spent a penny and had 8,000, that's up to 17,000 right there for all the stuff that George listed.
Mm-hmm.
So it really becomes where does the other 1,000 come from? And
Well, if Clocks doesn't want a nice saddle,
Well, is this for everyone, or this
will give your lizard
that was for 7 lizards.
mithril armor.
Yeah.
Oh. I see. 7 lizards for each of us, or a lizard for each of us.
Now, I do want to say, mithril. The benefit you're going to get from mithril is heavy armor does not impose disadvantage on stealth attacks.
Yep.
That's what you're going to get. So your lizards will be sneaky.
Well, what if we went with just?
It's cool. It's awesome. I'm not going to have to do it, but just mechanically, that's what it's going to be.
What if we did like just chainmail on the lizards?
Regular chainmail?
And then it would be heavier.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And we would be stealthy.
No more.
And not stealthy.
Lizard stealth.
And how much more is the mithril again?
Hey, what about studded armor to match my jacket?
So 10
It's
times.
kind of uncomfortable to ride on.
It's 500.
Hey, I want my lizard to have studded armor to match my jacket.
Like
I'm gonna go with that.
bespoke lizard armor.
Take the mithril off of his lizard, and he can.
There we go.
I
See,
human cost for chainmail.
And if Clocks doesn't want to kick in, then he can have just a normal leather saddle.
No, I'll kick in because I've only spent about 1,800 with Waterdeep.
Yeah.
So
I would say for 2,000 for lizard chainmail, I'll do that too.
Yes.
yeah, I just wanted to know.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're broke again.
Is it just chainmail or is it mithril? I just got to know.
Fucking mithril, man.
Mithril.
Mithril. Okay.
Fucking
bigger
mithril
go.
lizards.
7 mithril and one is studded.
Yeah.
So our band name, Mithril Lizard.
Yes.
You know what's gonna happen is that we're gonna get down into the Underdark and realize, oh, we gotta go through this narrow shaft. We have to leave the lizards
We
behind.
can leave them behind. Yep.
Oh, no.
That's exactly it.
Look at all the times we were just wandering around in these big caverns.
Can the lizards swim?
Yes. If we get in a little tunnel, then we don't have to worry about the
with armor?
demons.
So
It's mithril.
the lizards do have spider climb ability, so they can climb.
they can walk on the ceiling.
I feel, as a benevolent DM, the need to point out they have 19 hit points.
That's where the mithril's
Not
on.
gonna do anything. Well,
Oh.
forget that. I'm not getting armor for my thing then.
We have to get extra healing potions for our lizards.
Yeah.
4 times the cost because it's like a keg. Where you have to
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you.
Please do
You
it.
said hit
Please
points.
do it. I think it's great, but I'm just trying to be helpful. Do it. Please do it.
We're gonna get in the first fight, and we're all just gonna be losing our minds when our lizards get killed.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if they get killed, then you can make a nice blanket out of it.
Some nice boots.
Mithril panties.
Yikes.
I mean, one well-placed fireball will kill all the lizards in one shot.
Yeah.
Well, we're all if we're riding on them, it doesn't matter. We'll all be dead too.
True. I'll jump in front of my lizard to take all the shots.
Yeah, my shield guard will always be in front of the lizard, and not me.
Now, it's cool if you can get their AC up to, 15 or 16, whatever it is, then yeah, they'll live a lot longer, I'm sure.
15 or 16.
Yeah, because our AC right now is 12, and they have 19 hit points.
Right.
So we'll
We're
put that
basically
armor
riding
on.
a goblin.
So putting the armor on won't do anything for their AC or hit points.
AC, yes. Hit points, no.
Yeah.
What does it get their AC up to?
19.
You're talking about chainmail?
Yeah.
So 16, I think. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yep. 16, and because it's mithril, they will not have disadvantage on stealth checks.
And it's shiny.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Well, I really like my lizard. I'm torn.
It's, for the record, it's also going to completely fuck up the entire economy of Gauntlgrim because they'll have like no mithril left. It's like if Walmart decided to buy all the apples in America. It would go to hell.
That's a lot of money.
What else are you gonna do with it? Huh?
That's true.
We could get them all studded leather armor. And just get their AC up to 14. And
You're crushing Warhelm's dreams.
Oh no, the mithril lizards.
Not for my lizard.
I'm sticking with it. Mithril lizards.
All right, I'm doing a spiked.
Yeah, you got the spike.
Spiked
Right.
leather.
All right, you're doing spiked leather for yours.
All right. I don't know. I was so excited to get a lizard mount, and now I'm like, it's just gonna get taken away from me, and then I'll have a whole bunch of really expensive chainmail.
We can't. We just have to leave behind.
It's just well,
You can wear it like a turtleneck.
And listen, before anybody asks, the lizard mithril chainmail will not fit in the bag of holding. Okay.
I was just about to ask that before we buy. What if we take it apart? No. All right.
Everything's.
We need to get
possible.
another bag.
Yeah, how much for a bag of holding? I need it.
So. What? No, is it gonna be?
This is the best episode ever.
Can I just get a breastplate, like a normal, not mithril breastplate for my?
Sure.
The
Yeah,
dwarven
just take it
lizard
off
for
my
you, 'cause
house.
now that's the first sensible thing I've heard.
If it's 4 times the cost, I might as well just go with the mithril. Dang it! I can't decide. Somebody else needs to decide.
Roll for it.
Yeah, we need to roll for it.
Because that worked when we were debating about the dragon egg.
I think Mornhelm should
You're
roll.
like, nah, we're gonna change it.
I think Mornhelm. I think you should roll. If it's 10 or higher, we're getting the mithril.
And what are we getting for 9?
Oh my god.
We'll just get regular armor.
Okay, how about we get seven lizards with no armor and 1 with mithril?
All right.
If we get lower than 10. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Should we get Linda to come and watch it?
Sure. yeah, a witness.
Need a witness?
Witness me. Oh,
Tell me
here
if you
comes
can
the camera.
see one. Can you see the box?
Almost. Up a little bit. Tilt it up. There you go. You can see it.
Can you see it?
Yep.
16.
Mithril lizards!
All right.
We go into the Underdark completely bankrupt.
Yep.
I mean, do
It's
you?
not like we need to buy anything. I
Yeah,
still think
so-
we should charge it to the king.
He's not gonna pay for all that.
Oh yeah.
You want to
He's
do
rich.
what?
He's not paying for some. He's like, I've got food to buy.
Don't forget, if he doesn't get these crazy people to go and do his work, he has to do it himself.
So we don't have to do it live on the air here while we're doing it, but somebody needs to do an accounting of all the purchases and do the deductions. I'm pretty sure y'all have enough to do this. I'm not worried about not having enough, but the next time we get somewhere to buy stuff, I definitely want to know how much you guys actually have. You know what I mean?
I still have almost 3,000. I don't know about the rest of these spendy bastards, but
So the armor for the lizard costs 4 times as much, right?
Uh-huh.
That's what we're talking about. All right, so I spent 400 for some studded armor, or I should say spiked armor for my lizard.
armor.
You got spikes for your lizard. Okay.
Oh, can I get it smoldering too, though?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right.
So the smoldering spiked armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, what would you pay, 100 for yours? So 400
Yeah,
for the
400. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So
I just want
65.
I think I will just do the spiked armor
Okay.
because it's pretty
For your
cool.
lizard.
It's so 4 times for the lizard, so it's going to be 300 gold pieces to get the spiked armor, and it bumps the AC up to 14,
Yeah.
and it won't hurt the stealth checks.
oh, okay. Wait. So how much was that instead?
For the spiked armor was
400?
was it 300?
300.
300.
Yeah, if you
And-
want it to smolder. it's
You'll
400.
raise their AC to 14.
Yeah.
That's it. And I mean, it looks cool. I mean, spiked doesn't do anything but raise the AC.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that then.
Speaking of spikes, did you ever see what King Bruner's personal guard wears?
Oh, yeah. I love the battle rager dwarves.
Yeah, the battle ragers don't have any weapons other than their armor.
Oh,
It's-
really? Nice.
It's totally spiked. They have a 2-foot spike on their head. Their palms, their hands, their whole body is spiked right down to their spiked boots.
I love it.
And they run out in and they grab the enemy and wiggle. Just tear 'em- and just tear them to shreds.
That's amazing.
All right. So I hear 3 lizards that are with lesser armor. Clocks, do you want the mithril for your lizard or no?
We're still talking about this?
You just want spikes.
This is like the dragon egg.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's going to make us stealthy, right?
It's like going to the mall.
This is why you guys don't have pets. I don't let you have pets because every time you have pets.
It's pets and hats.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
that brings up the most
With
arguments.
the
And
mithril?
Yeah.
Because we found out that the lizards have 19 hit points.
Oh, so they're going to die anyway, is what you're trying to
Yeah, but
say.
everybody else has 14.
You know, the best we could get their AC up to was like 18, and that was going to cost like 4,000 per lizard,
Hmm.
and it only has
So-
19 hit points.
So 19 hit points, 11 AC, and they're really quiet, though.
The spiked oh wait, I found something that said the spiked armor does have a stealth disadvantage. Am I looking
yeah,
at the wrong thing?
it is considered medium armor.
Yeah.
Ah.
Spiked armor
Yeah.
doesn't do anything except for look cool.
Yeah.
It's still just like normal armor,
But it
Okay.
raises their AC a little bit.
Yes.
which normal armor does too. Yeah.
How are all the other people traveling? Like the dwarves and the humans and the other people?
Not as cool as we are.
Miles behind us. I don't think anybody else is coming with us.
Like a wagon? Or
No, we're no.
The spiked
They're
armor
gonna,
does.
they're gonna send us out with our melee people, and that's it.
It
We're
does.
scouts.
It does look like the spiked armor does bump up the armor class by 2.
Does it?
Yeah. It's better than
Yeah.
studded leather armor. So
Yeah.
it bumps the AC up to 14.
Okay, my bad.
So now they've got an AC of 14 and 19 hit points.
Well, didn't it say? I thought it said 14 plus 1.
For the AC,
Yeah,
on the studded
on
the
spiked armor.
maybe-
Maybe I'm not looking at the right
I
thing.
might be looking in the wrong place too.
Uh, 14 plus Dex modifier.
Okay. And the giant
Max
lizards
is 2.
have a +1, so it'd be 15.
Yeah.
is anybody else getting the mithril or no? for the lizard?
I think
Just me and the scouts.
Yep.
And the scout, who's scouts? Your scouts?
My scouts.
Do all the scouts have lizards too?
Yep.
How many
Everybody.
lizards do we have? Everybody's got a lizard?
8.
So
We gotta have
there's
like
totally-
40 lizards.
No, just
No, there's nobody else going but us.
3 for the scouts and 3 for the party, or 5 for the party.
Okay.
So the
And
five,
all the zombies and all that, they don't get anything.
the
They're
five-
running.
The 5 dwarven guard and the 3 human spies aren't coming with.
They're
Yeah,
coming,
they're
but they don't have lizards.
They're just gonna be running.
Got it. Okay, they're just running. They're just hoofing it.
Yep.
Okay.
So every 2 or 3 days, we just stop and wait for them to catch up.
I see. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Damn lizards.
Could be really shiny.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna spend $2,000?
If
Or 2,000
Mordhelm is
gold.
doing it, yeah.
Yes.
Show me up. I'm the brains of this operation here, guys. I need to. You're not showing me up.
This decision should prove one way or the other.
Yep. We're all gonna be walking with all of our lizards dead, but you guys will be up front. Your shiny, protected lizards.
Keep the pace, boys. Keep the pace.
I don't know about Mithril, but
So with those reductions, you guys can afford it. Again, do the math.
damn Skippy.
Let's and I mean everybody can have their own tallies, but let me know if y'all are borrowing from each other or who has money left and who doesn't have money left. If you guys just took the 40K and chopped it up 5 ways, let's just assume we did that.
Yeah.
And then let me know if you didn't have enough to cover whatever it is you bought, and then somebody else gave it to you. That's fine. Just track that for me.
Okay.
Mournhelm, I have 1,800 if you need it for your lizard
Okay.
wrappings.
I charge interest for anyone who's borrowing.
I charge rent on my lizard.
All right. Anything else, purchasing wise or outfitting wise?
No.
I think that's going to do it.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Mithril lizards. All right. So they'll get everything ready for you. It'll take them, the rest of the day and then into the evening and part of the day tomorrow to get your orders ready to craft all this lizard armor. everybody in the forge is working on it. You know what I mean? Trying to get this
Excellent.
stuff ready for y'all. So you all head back up with Eldith in tow, and she says, "Well, you'll be wanting to rest for the evening, I take it, and prepare. Will you be leaving when everything is outfitted?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
No reason to stay around. We can't even buy a bottle of wine.
Right.
We gotta get down there and start killing some stuff so we can make some
We're
money.
going to get to work.
Yeah.
Get some paychecks
Yeah.
again.
We gotta get those.
Hey, Mike, the riding lizard thing that you sent out says 45 hit points.
Oh, I just looked it up. I looked it up on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
I didn't go through any other link. Giant
Oh, there was
riding
a link?
lizard. Was there another link?
It was in the Slack channel in general after we had gotten done with that episode. Riding lizard. Armor class 12, natural armor. Not anymore. And hit points 45.
That seems more reasonable, but where
Yeah, because it's a large beast.
It also repels most weapons.
Dak is riding this like tiny little lizard.
I was gonna say little
giant-
19 hit points.
Giant
18.
riding lizard is what it says when I looked it up.
Yeah.
My bad. Like, yeah, when I Googled it, there was a different version of it, I guess, but this is the one that's in the book. This is the one we're using. It's the 45.
All right, cool. Excellent. Yeah, it was worth it.
The wrong thing.
They have
Maybe
some
about
other.
the Mithril now.
Yeah, if you got the money, do it.
More now, too late. You already placed your order.
Yeah,
We're moving on.
I didn't know.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. You can change your mind. It's my bad.
How much was it
Well,
for
they
one?
still got. So how much do they have with them?
1,000.
2,000 for the lizard.
Okay. 2,000 for the lizard. I'm doing it.
All right.
God.
That puts me right at 0 gold pieces. No, I have 100 gold pieces left now.
Oh, that's plenty. Yeah.
All right. Fine, I'll do it too.
And what AC? what AC does it give him? Did we say?
Let's see. It gives them, what do we say, 14?
For chainmail?
Because, to be clear, we're buying chainmail, right?
Yeah.
Oh, chainmail goes to 16.
16.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah. Now these guys are tough. 16
Yeah.
AC and 45 hit points. And they're shiny and stealthy at the same time.
And they can stick to the ceiling. They can do giant leaps.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Should have like a homework assignment. We all name our lizards.
I'm going to put this into Mornhelm. You're the lizard keeper, so I'm going to put this into your direct messages here.
Yes. Official
Because
title.
the link I sent you is no good. All right, and I'm going to put that into in character as well, just so we don't lose track of that thing. All right. It sounds like we are about done with Gauntlgrim, unless there was anything else role-playing wise or interaction stuff that you all wanted to check off your list before you head back into the Underdark.
Can I get a bandolier for my lizard?
Yes, at 4 times the cost.
Right.
All right. You all bed down peacefully for the evening. And the next day, as you're sort of packing up, a porter comes to your quarters and informs you that all of your equipment is ready and has been saddled and packed up with the lizards. And that if you are ready to depart, everything that you ordered is exactly where you need it to be able to head out the gates of Gauntlgrim and back on the road. I'm assuming you'll be wanting to follow the plan that Brunor laid out and head toward the trading post of Mantle Dareth. Is that correct?
Yeah, we better do that.
Okay. All right.
We just ride off on our riding lizards. Just into the sunset.
I know we have a little bit of a short session tonight, so I guess as our outro here, I want you all to describe the scene that it looks like with this freaking horde of NPCs and mounted lizards, and what it looks like as you guys sort of saddle up and head toward battle.
Well, I've got my shield guardian marching regally next to me and my riding lizard, and I'll be riding like a old west cowboy. One hand on the reins, one leg casually, on my hip.
there's like a little dwarven girl, and like you guys go by, and she's like
wink at her.
staring at you like it's the craziest thing she's ever seen, and it is. Yeah.
Wink and tip my hat.
She'll just point and stare.
Excellent. Who else?
I've got some pillows, nicely nestled as I'm like lounging down, and I'm like, human, fetch the berries, and put them in my mouth.
Yeah, because like a large lizard for a small clock is like a walking sofa, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
I'll mount my steaming lizard, or smoldering, I should say. Yeah, matching studded leather jacket, just like mine.
Can you say that again? I mount my steaming lizard.
My steaming lizard. Hey, well, yeah, and I'm gonna ride into battle like the Doof Warrior from Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Black razor.
Just like
A black razor strapped across my back, surrounded by a gang of Zentrum thugs, being paralleled by Davra, the assassin.
did you
glare.
find yourself a ride?
I glare at anyone that dares look at me.
So no
Like,
smiles and winks for
No
you.
smiles
Right.
and winks.
the little girl was like staring at Selkie, is like, and then like when you walk by and she just like her eyes, she just starts crying.
Oh,
It was wonder to terror. Morning.
Well, when everybody's staring at you wandering out, my 5 people are just up on the ceiling, totally clouded and in the dark, and heading out front.
Right. They don't even see Mornhelm leave.
It's already gone.
All right. As you guys sort of you all march out of the gate as you described, and Davra sort of like sneers and looks up at you as you all head out. And Dax, she says to you, all this gear, all this training, all this money that's spent, I can't help but think it's not going to be worth anything when we come up against these things. We're talking about princes of the hell. What good's all this going to do? She sort of just looks at you for reassurance.
These princes of hell once were lesser demons. Before they were lesser demons, they were not so different from us. It's our chance to throw them from their vaunted position, and maybe we can take those thrones for ourselves.
She looks up at you and wide-eyed, looks back over her shoulder to see if anybody else heard it, and then just smiles, and that's where we're going to stop.